Hey everyone, it's that time, the best time, the only time you care about. It's Monday at midnight, because that's when you're listening, obviously.
Or on YouTube, 2 a.m.
Oh, at 2 a.m. on YouTube, that's good to know. Okay, good to know.
YouTube's in mountain time?
Yeah.
This is Keeping Up with the Kardashians with a C, not a K, with a S, not a sh. You know, Kardashians.
Oh, no, I was yelling at my Alexa yesterday because I was saying, play the newest episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And it always said, playing the newest episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I'm like, no, you whore.
Yeah.
And it never got it right.
Speaking of which, that was Rob.
That's true. I thought you were going to say whore. That was Joe.
That's me.
Or
me.
Joe, and this is Nick, the one who calls them those names. But welcome to our lovely podcast. Right now, we're working our way through a review of Star Trek The Next Generation. We're in Season 1, and today the episodes we're reviewing are When the Bow Breaks and Home Soil. So we're going to review those in the second half. But as you know, we are a podcast that focuses on pop culture news. So we like to talk about movies, TV shows, music, and all that jazz and all that good stuff. So we're going to go into that first today. And there's some pretty big news that's recently come out. I shared it with the guys on the Messenger app. First of all, is they finally revealed the Superman suit, and it's incredible.
They didn't reveal the whole suit, though, did they?
Oh, they just revealed a shot of it.
Yeah, the shield.
Right? But there's behind the scenes footage that kind of has leaked out as well. So if you look online, you can find.
There's a rumor a lot of that's AI generated.
It could be whatever. It still looks good.
AI. Damn it!
It's Allen Iverson generated.
Isn't that?
Who knew he was so talented?
Does that
He's
kind of
everywhere now?
Is that kind of a cool thing? Because then it like studios can intentionally release AI generated stuff to throw fans off.
If you're trying to keep your stuff secret, I like that part of it.
Just flood the market with all the fake content
and
in the room.
You got to figure out what's real.
What you guys described is a fucking hellscape. You know that, right?
Yes.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, there's no getting around it. It's coming.
No. I say we do away.
That's personal.
Can we just, can
we ban it?
Aside from using internet access to download podcasts, wink, wink, I say we do away with the internet as a whole.
And leaving comments and rating podcasts.
Which you should do.
On Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, all of them.
YouTube, wherever you get our podcast.
I'm just saying you should, if you listen
We'd love a rating.
you should throw it out there.
We'd love it. Give us a rating.
Please.
We're such whores.
5 stars.
Apparently,
Smash that like button.
Apparently it helps us out, is what I'm told.
It helps us up in the rankings.
Yeah.
Really, it confuses the AI.
Yeah.
It does. And that's what we're trying to do, because I don't know if you guys have seen The Terminator, but some crazy things can happen if you let AI into your life.
It's true.
You guys are trying to up the scope of AI to deceive.
Just in one aspect.
To intentionally deceive the public.
I know. We're trying to make it.
They've already gotten to you. You guys are already AI bots.
They've won. They have absolutely won.
Somehow we have been infiltrated, and we are now the bots.
No, but as you guys were describing that, it just hit me that that's a hellscape.
It is. It is.
You know what we would love? For AI to generate stuff to deceive us and make us question reality. What is real and what is fake?
Man.
So that we would, I know you guys are talking about like a
stupid things
behind the scenes movie stills, but if you sort of expand that out into the greater existence,
you want to know how bad AI is? This podcast is actually generated by AI the entire time.
This isn't people. This is we're robots.
This is the quality of AI in the world,
which isn't really speaking for it to be a good thing.
In a board meeting, they're like, "We can do better. This is the infancy.
We're just testing it out.
This is a beta.
Yeah,
this is
the alpha build, man. This is like we're not even the beta at this point." It's a scary thought with AI, though, because I'm thinking more like politics, right?
Oh, for sure.
Where they can now release AI videos to be like, look, they met with the ambassador to China and gave them nuclear codes. And they can make...
Well, just think about like back in the day when that radio show War of the Worlds came out. Mm-hmm. Everybody freaked out.
Yeah.
What could they do with AI now that people would be so dumb just to follow?
I mean, already half of our
population
already buys into it.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
There's like memes or fake accounts or whatever that
the Russian bots on Twitter and all that.
But there's that, but they also do stuff with Biden and Trump, and they're AI Biden and AI Trump, and it's there is a non-zero part of the population that will buy into that as
will Biden into that.
Jesus,
that was actually well done.
Will Biden to that.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So as I'm writing
jokes, friend.
As I'm writing our notes for like when I'm making our summary of the episode, I just put AI overlords. Is that accurate enough?
Uh-huh.
All right, cool.
Okay.
AI is coming for us all.
Speaking of coming, Alan Cummings was in X-Men 2,
somewhere different,
which is a Marvel property, which reminds me of news I heard about a potential new Spider-Man movie.
Where did you hear this?
See, this is amazing.
Or read that.
So it was on Superhero Hype. It was also on JoeBlow.com, but it was actually from an interview with Thomas Hayden Church, who played the Sandman in Spider-Man 3. And he says, there's been some rumors that they might ask me to do another Spider-Man, and I do it tomorrow. They've never asked me to show up in another movie, another Marvel film, but, I think Sam is going to do another Spider-Man with Tobey, and that's the one that they had the option for me to do Spider-Man for. So if it happens, that would be fantastic.
Are you guys in for another Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
I think it's wishful thinking on his part.
Not true. Sam Raimi has expressed an interest to continue on.
Okay, Sam Raimi can express all the interest in the world he wants, but then he has to go to Kevin Feige, and with all the things they're going through to prove another...
Spider-Man is a Sony property, not a Marvel property.
That's true.
You're right. They
could
release it as Spider-Man 4.
I take that back.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These are the things that we should be doing for comic book movies now. Standalone comic book movies.
Go back to them?
Yeah,
like not shared universes?
Build it into a shared universe.
Just have Spider-Man 4 be about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 with a bad back.
Yeah.
And a little spider kid.
He needs no kids. No children.
They're going to have a child in it.
No, God, no, please.
But they're going to.
I wish not.
And it's going to be Spider Baby, like in Across the Universe, or Across the Spider-Verse. That was pretty funny. His
don't
kid
care,
with
kids.
Spider powers?
No.
No, that was pretty cool.
No kids.
No.
Shut up. You don't know. You're an idiot. I hate you.
Your mom.
I hate you.
Your mom. You can't do that to me because my mom's dead.
Speaking of hate.
That's unfair. That is unfair. You killed your mom so that he could never come back with your mom joke.
Nope.
That's a high level play by you.
You like that?
I want to be honest.
That's next level.
I underestimated you. I really did. By the way, you might get a visit from the Canton Police Department later, just for the record.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, there you go. So speaking of hate, Joe and I have a great podcast idea that we talked about the other day.
This is a great idea.
So Joe
Rob doesn't read the text thread.
Yeah, you fell behind the text message threads, but
I did fall behind.
So the other day, I like to put in my hot takes for the NFL on our. We have a text message thread between the three of us.
They're a hot, steaming pile of takes.
Shut up! No one asked you. So we just have conversations throughout the day, and I put them out there. And Joe, almost every single comment I ever have comes back with, "Your opinion is garbage. You suck. You're the worst human being." And then I come back with,
you're paraphrasing.
You're garbage. You suck. So I basically just turn it around on him. So our thought is to have an NFL podcast where I offer my hot takes, and Joe just craps all over them. And my comeback is usually like "your mom" or "you suck," and that would just be the whole show. It'd be like. You ever see that Chris Farley skit where he would interview celebrities? Yeah. And he'd be like, that movie you did? It was really good. Did you like that movie?
Well,
Same idea.
Explain to our football watching audience what this week's take was.
So here was my hot take. Okay. Zach Wilson is trash. We know Zach Wilson is trash.
Zach Morris is trash.
Zach Wilson is trash. He was the quarterback for the New York Jets and they finally gave him permission to seek a trade. My hot take was, if the Lions already didn't have a number 2, I would give up a late round pick to see if we can get something salvageable out of him as a backup.
I don't think you said late round pick until I said I wouldn't give up anything more than a 7.
That is true.
I would go after him, and then
I wouldn't.
He said late round pick, and I said, yeah, that's what I would do. I wouldn't give up any more than a 6th.
Okay, the draft is 7 rounds. Late round pick is essentially 4 or more. I'm giving up a 7th round pick like at the end of a 7th round pick I picked up in
The
a
last
trade.
pick. Yeah.
I'm not giving up Little Caesars pizza to them to get
So
them back.
we're not debating this part of the conversation. Okay, we're not.
Zach Wilson is also hot garbage.
So that was basically what you came back with, right?
Also, we already have a number 2 quarterback, hopefully on the roster.
I already said that. I said in a world like, let's say our quarterbacks were the guys from 2 years ago. They were garbage.
I love your hypotheticals.
That was still Jared Goff.
He was our number 1, but our number 2.
Oh, so you mean
number
David
2 guys
Blau?
I'm
were
not
trash.
talking about Zach Wilson as a number 1. No, that's dumb.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for?
I'd rather bring David Blau back in and give him a second look than give up assets for. Okay, hold on. Now
What
here's
about Cam Newton? He's
Hold on.
available.
Oh, here was our response. Here's Joe Hosking's response, and I'm going to quote it exactly.
please do.
Zach
I stand by
Wilson
every
is
syllable.
absolute dog shit. I wouldn't trade a single asset of value for him. It's concerning that you find any value in him. He's junk. My response, you're junk. I wouldn't give up anything high, but I would take a flyer on a former first-round pick.
Okay, you don't know what a flyer is.
A 7th round?
No, a flyer is a free agent
Free agent for
where it's
league
no
minimum.
risk to you.
Yeah, that's a
A
flyer.
7th round pick is no risk.
Okay,
Tell that to Brock Purdy.
Hold on.
Oh, how many often
no,
does
but tell
Tell that to Tom Brady.
tell it to Brad Holmes, who has drafted almost perfectly for 3 years.
Yes, he almost.
So you are
Almost.
taking away what he does best for somebody who is absolute crap.
We're not getting into that argument, sir. We're getting into the fact that we should create a podcast where you crap on my opinions.
I like this idea.
I think you guys should. And can I moderate?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And I just every once in a while go, your mom.
I know that's why we couldn't include you, because it's
Summary is NFL talk with Joe being mean. There we go. That has been entered into my list of things to write in there. Oh, so there's that.
You guys should do it on Patreon next, just for try it out.
We
Warm it up.
talked.
rumor
about
is that Zach Wilson is also a big game hunter.
Oh, really?
What do
He
you?
hunts cougars.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, because he dated the mom of one of the players, right, or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't think he's. Point is, I don't think he'd be a good locker room guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, you
would
don't want to
either.
bring your mom around him.
No.
No. Especially yours. Hey-oh.
The Hutchinsons are attractive.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine if Zach Wilson was banging one of the Hutchinson sisters
That would create
Or
locker
mom.
room drama.
or mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be good.
No.
That would not.
I'd be more afraid of Aiden Hutchinson's dad than I would Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. No thanks.
No, man. No.
He's a different generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would murder you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't care. He would serve the time. He would do it happily.
So be on the lookout for that podcast.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon to a show near you.
We're going to try Patreon this month. Let's do it.
We should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the off season. We can.
I think we wait until when the draft happens.
Ooh.
And it's during the draft.
That's a good idea.
Because we were going to go downtown, but are we still? I don't know if we
That's
can
what
now.
she said.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's already booked up. It's
that's
going to
what
be.
she said.
What's booked up down there already?
That's what she said.
But we can still go. We're
Yeah,
going for the draft,
go.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go down there.
That's what she
You
said.
can't get into Hart Plaza, though.
What, you can't get in the Hart Plaza now?
I mean,
I'll camp out down there. I'll move down there.
all right. Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us have
What is
jobs.
it? Is it Thursday?
It's a Thursday.
So you go.
Friday, probably.
No, you go Thursday. Go for the first round.
I'm gonna go for the second round. There's less people too.
What? Second
Yeah.
round is boring.
Your mom is
okay,
boring.
Okay. So, all right. This will wrap up our NFL talk. Do you gamble on just going to the second round, knowing that we might not even have a first round pick if we trade out?
I could see us trading out.
Ooh, good job. Yes,
So we're going down there. If you go down, because you want to see your team pick, right?
absolutely.
But you want to
But
be
that-
down there for the experience too.
I
It'll
hope
be
they have.
fun.
I hope they have monitors like on Woodward.
But I feel like Friday would be the better go.
Oh, definitely.
because there's 2 rounds. We could potentially have 4 picks,
Yes.
and it's a Friday.
Yes.
So you can stay later.
Heck yeah.
I think Friday's the play.
You can just sleep on a bench.
I think Friday's the play.
Let's
I think
do
Friday
it.
is the play.
Okay, so we're going to the NFL draft, and there's something else we're going to go to as well. So how are we going to afford all this?
Well, the NFL draft is free when you're down there.
Clearly, we're parlays.
Okay.
Parlay.
Yeah.
Well, I played. We actually bought lotto tickets yesterday, so we plan on winning that, and then we can afford that.
If you win the lotto, you are paying for me to go to Star Trek.
To Star Trek in general?
Yeah. Just Star Trek.
Just Star Trek.
Maybe that's a good segue.
Where's Nick? Star Trek.
Maybe that's a good segue into the next thing because the boys want to go on a field trip next year.
Yes.
Is it the boys want to go, or we've been summoned to a field trip?
Well, to be fair, I was not interested until I was pushed over the edge this
Ladies
week.
and gentlemen, we've been summoned. Let me tell you why we've been summoned.
Let's set it up first. We're talking about the Star Trek cruise, right?
Well, let me you spoiled it. I was going to play the clip first, and then we were going to talk, and then you ruined it.
But there's
you just go and do your own thing.
But there's no context.
We're doing it live.
The clip doesn't mention where the hell she is.
Exactly. You got to kind of tell where she is.
Okay, we're talking about the Star Trek cruise. Yes, that's true. We're talking about
Star Trek cruise 2024, which just wrapped up last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we knew some people on the cruise.
Yeah.
And they met a friend of the show, and we've been summoned to 2025.
And we got this video sent to us.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I love my time with you, but I'm wondering why you're not on the ship as I am right now. You need to be. You need to be here. Do your podcast from here. Have a great time. Come see me do Broadway. See me get wasted on tequila. There's lots of fun things to do on this ship.
Mama Nana has summoned us.
So here's the journey of like Nick has been wanting to go on this cruise, and I'm like, yeah, that's cute.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's cute. Never seriously entertained it. We get this video sent to us, and I was literally pushed over the edge. I'm like, I'm going.
Don't use pushed over the edge when talking about a cruise, please.
I mean, it's expensive.
They're not cheap.
But yeah, but
it isn't.
I want to try to figure out a way, but I'm also cheap sometimes. So,
but it's a week. It's a week. It's an 8-day cruise.
I know.
I know, but that's 8 days. So I would have to take 2 weeks of work off in a row.
No, you
just
for
need
recovery?
one because they came back Friday. You can come back and church it up Sunday.
I can work. I'm working remotely.
One Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing my laptop. I'll work remotely.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
But it's 30 years of Star Trek, so I feel like if you go on this cruise, he would need to watch some Voyager or a Voyager.
At least like
the pilot,
specific episodes.
The pilot, Year of Hell, Scorpion.
Scorpion, you got to do Scorpion.
What's the one with Captain Ransom? That was a good one.
I don't know.
With how there was another ship and they were dirtbags.
Anything but the Enterprise title sequence, I'm in.
It's been a long
So
road.
if you're listening to the show and you want to comment what episodes of Voyager Joe should watch to prep for a Star Trek cruise, let us know. But as a result of this video, we were sent this video, and we're going to go to our special cruise correspondent.
Yes, so we have a special cruise correspondent. We're going to tune into that right now. So enjoy this touch with them.
So we are speaking with our special Star Trek cruise correspondent.
Yes,
Alejandra.
Woo! Oh, you got the shirt and everything.
So this is Star Trek Cruise 7?
7, right?
7, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it right.
Yes.
So what movie would this correspond with? What was Star Trek 7?
Star Trek 7 was
Generations.
Oh. Which that would mean next year's First Contact, which means I'm down. I would be down
because we just started Next Generation. That was the first Next Gen movie, right?
Yep, it was.
Look at me dropping Star Trek knowledge.
So Alejandra, was this your first Star Trek cruise?
It was.
Okay.
It was my first. And it was going to be the first and only.
Uh-huh.
And I am already booked for the next one. So.
You're already booked for the next one.
Booked for the next one. 2 days before we disembarked, I went ahead and I just put my deposit down, and we're on.
Nice.
It was that good of a time?
What pushed you to do the cruise this first time?
Well, my husband wanted to do it for the past 4 years, and because of COVID and everything, things got pushed back. He turned 50. He's like, okay, that's my gift. I want to go. So we said, okay, let's do it. And he just decided to book it.
That's awesome.
Well, and you get a discount when you book for a second one, right?
You do. Actually, we saved quite a lot of money.
Oh, really?
$1,700.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, are you like that junior suite room then? Or what room did you go for?
No, it was a balcony suite. It's a spacious ocean view suite, which is not one of the cheapest, but it's a really nice suite. I would definitely recommend that, especially if you get seasick, you want to be able to see outside. It helps.
Yep.
But yeah, there's cheaper ones, and there's cabins that are not facing the ocean.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where I wanted to start. I wanted to start with value of the cruise and the different rooms.
Right.
You're not on the bottom tier, but you were not at the top tier. Do you find that you got a good value out of the price you paid?
Absolutely. I was in the 6th deck, and like I said, I had a balcony, and it was very spacious. I think it was great for the value.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What percentage of your time do you think you spent in the room?
That's the thing. You just get ready, sleep. So does it really matter? No.
Yeah.
The only reason why I wanted a balcony is because I get seasick.
Okay.
And that's basically the only reason.
Gotcha.
It was too, because on the 6th deck, you're not above any loud areas like restaurants and things like that. So it's pretty quiet too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter. You're like in a party mode the whole entire time. So I didn't go there to sleep all day. So
Yeah.
Right.
Important question. Did you get that unlimited drink package?
I did not.
What?
And I know.
You paid per drink.
I did, but I would do 1 or 2 a day. I'm not a huge drinker. Neither is my husband.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure we would have if we had the package. We would have been smashed all day. But
yeah,
I just thought it was too expensive.
Yeah.
We booked last minute, right? So booking last minute, we paid the highest price for the cabin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it was already really expensive.
Yeah.
Especially change, into Canadian and so on. But it was like $108 a day per person.
Yeah.
So for the both of us, I mean, 7 days, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Every other day.
Yeah.
That we could go hard, recover. Go hard.
There was one day, I can't remember if it was day 2 or day 3, we got to wear the t-shirt, yellow t-shirt, and it was free drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
would have went.
Yeah, like people were getting like really happy there, but
I would have been that guy.
Yeah. There's Joe and Rob passed out on the deck with their yellow t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean it changes every year, but it wasn't every drink like beer and fancy drinks. It was mainly like those tropical kind of drinks.
Yeah. Hey,
it was still good. It was still good
for sure.
Wow, it keeps reading. Yeah, what? Thumbs up. I don't know why.
Whatever. That's weird. Anyway, AI.
So walk me through a normal day on a Star Trek cruise. What does it look like?
It's busy.
Yeah.
Depending, you can make it as busy or as chill as you want. So you get a schedule. So you get like an actual book with every day what's going to happen.
Oh, right? Wow.
And also outside of your cabin. And so if you sign up for a photo op, an autograph, a show, because there's so many shows like nonstop.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you picked. It's how busy your day's going to be.
Okay.
So you start with breakfast in the morning, and then you look at your list and like, okay, so today I have a photo op. Right after that, an hour after that, there's a show of some sort or some sort of activity. So it really depends on what you want to see, because there's always something happening.
Okay.
Like all the time.
And I know we've seen the pictures with the actors out and about, but are they really just that accessible?
Yeah.
Really?
Like they're everywhere. You could be at the bar and they're just hanging out there. You could be going down the stairs and they're just walking right beside you. It's not normal because you don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
Unless they approach you.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forgot. Dr. Phlox. What's his name?
Oh, Billingsley.
Billingsley. What was the first name? Ethan Billingsley.
Yeah.
He just comes up to you.
Yeah.
He starts talking about anything. So that makes it easier. But some of them just smile and then you just know, okay, I'm gonna leave them alone. You just keep walking.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
That's fair.
No,
that was one of my big questions. Like you said you had lunch with Doug Jones.
Yeah, we had an amazing interaction with him. I mean, I was near the end. I was at the Windjammer, which is like more the casual dining.
Yep.
on the top, and he walks in, and we're washing hands literally next to each other.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Washy
He's very
washy.
affectionate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Birthday?
we're like, so we're like, hi, how's it going? How are you? And he just hugs me and he kisses me on the cheek, and then
Mm-hmm.
was behind me and he hugs him and he's like, hey buddy, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
fantastic.
friend. It was incredible.
Did you tell him he was the best part about Discovery?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
he really
Also,
is through.
I love him from other roles too. I love him as Billy from Hocus Pocus, because Joe knows I'm a huge Halloween person.
Yeah.
And he just loves to talk. He tells you a story. He listens. He's a
Aw.
hugger.
He
hugs everyone. He's amazing. Oh my God. He was the best part.
Who is the one person on the cruise that both you and your husband wanted to meet?
For me, it was Armin.
Armin Shimmerman? Okay.
I wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
For my husband, I think it will be Walter.
Walter Koenig?
Yes.
Okay.
That was really cool. And he's really funny.
Really?
He's hilarious. Oh my God, he looks really serious.
Yeah.
He's so funny. There was a one part when we were doing autographs, and Brent Spiner was sitting there doing his, and then he realized it was him. So Walter got up and he went to his table and he started joking around with him. And then Brent is like, is there security around here? Because this guy is harassing me. It was so funny. He's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
We saw Brent Spiner and Jonathan Franks here at the Motor City Comic Con, and they just their interaction was hilarious.
They're just cracking up the whole time. Yeah. Just having
they love joking with each other. They're so funny.
So what is it about the next cruise that you want to go on? Is it because it's the Voyager 30-year anniversary? Like, were you a Voyager person?
Well, I'm a huge Voyager person. Okay. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my God. So they give us this paper with all of the people coming. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I wasn't going to book, to be honest with you. And we went to an art gallery where they sell original artwork that has original signatures. Yeah. And I bought a huge Voyager one.
Oh, okay.
It was quite pricey. It was quite pricey. So I said, okay, now I have all the signatures, so I'm not gonna bother booking for next year because I wanted the signatures from everyone. Yeah. There's something magical that happens on that cruise. Yeah. You just want to go again. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. So regardless of the Voyager, it was just that good.
So next year then, who's the one person you really want to meet next year?
Kate Mulgrew.
Kate Mulgrew, yes.
And Gary, and who else do I want to meet? Robert O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Gotta get Gowron out of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Robert, that'd be great. I want to go there because I want to meet 7 of 9. I love 7 of 9. No, she's incredible in Picard, though. She's great.
I love her.
I'm looking.
Oh, it was so funny. What's funny story? They were giving ducks, so they hide ducks everywhere. I'm sure you've heard of that on cruises. But this girl beside me found a silver one that was a 709 duck. Literally had the. Oh my God, it was so cute. I was so jealous.
Yeah.
She called it a walk.
Yes.
Nice.
Did you and your husband, when you went on this cruise, establish any hall passes? So if there was a certain Star Trek actor or actress, was there a hall pass agreed upon?
He's asking.
No, there wasn't anyone for me or him that we were like.
Okay.
No.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
None of this.
All right.
I'm sure your wife will. It's fine, Nick. It's fine. It's international waters.
It's international waters.
Who do you want a hall pass with?
Brent Spiner.
Yes, Brent Spiner. Yeah,
Frakes will be there.
Yeah, Jonathan Frakes.
He'll give you those Riker eyes.
Yeah, he will. I'm just hypothetical. I'm not saying I would ever want a hall pass. There's no one in particular because I love my wife.
Anson Mount, though.
Anson Mount. Oh,
is he even on the cruise?
I don't know, but
he's very handsome.
Yes. He is. His hair.
You don't say.
He's not that funny though.
Oh, really?
At a Comic-Con in Toronto, and he's not engaging. He doesn't ask you like, "What do you do?" Anything. Just kind of like signs your thing, and then I don't know that kind of
Don't ruin my perfect image of him.
I know.
You think it's because he's not like, he hasn't reached like alumni status yet, whereas a lot of these other actors and actresses have been those characters for decades.
Yeah.
And they've graduated into this status of,
and they know how to work the crowd.
But they've graduated into this appreciation of where they are in Star Trek lore, whereas Anson Mount is still in it. So,
but he has other things going on.
Well, that's kind of like what Will Wheaton was saying all those years ago. Like he didn't really appreciate it until he was older, right? Same kind of idea.
Maybe, or maybe it just got to him. You know,
maybe you're right.
Maybe
it could go both ways. I think. I don't really. It is. But
did you talk to any of the Lower Decks cast while you were there?
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
Do you not like the Lower Decks?
I watched 2 episoent, and I'm like, I don't know.
It takes a minute to get into that show. I went halfway through the first season, the second season is where I started to appreciate it, because it took me a while. My daughter right off the gate loved it. It took me the second season to go, all right, this isn't that bad.
People loved it. What is her name? I'm trying to
find Tawny Newsome. Yeah. She's a huge Trekkie, Tawny Newsome.
Is that her name?
Yeah. Who plays Mariner?
With the curly hair, right?
What's
that? Curly hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She was really friendly though.
Yeah. She's got a personality.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Always by the casino. Always by the bar.
Yeah.
Every time I passed by there, she was there.
There's a casino.
Yeah. There's a casino
on booking immediately.
Oh, they do. Yeah, like a full blown casino with you could play cards there.
Or it's
I can win back my deposit.
You could.
You could
theoretically. You could.
Very cool. People want a lot of money, like 10,000, 14,000. Yeah.
We ran into someone who won 10,000. Like when we were walking by. Were you with me?
Yeah, that guy was cleaning up.
And then there was a guy at the blackjack table who had like 150 grand in chips just sitting on the table. It was incredible.
I've never wanted to rob somebody so much in my life.
I know, right? They'll never find you on a cruise ship.
I know,
right? So many places to hide.
In the middle of
you have nowhere to go.
There's not cameras.
Yeah, no cameras anywhere. Gosh.
So beyond the celebrity aspect and the con aspect of the cruise, how were the people? How was
you saw more like
the other people on the cruise.
Yeah,
the other Trekkies. The other people.
Only Trekkies.
Right. So how? I mean, is it are they fun? Is it interactive? Is there a lot of social things to do? Is it?
Well, usually I'm the type of person that I'm not. I mean, I'm friendly, but I don't just talk to strangers just like that. And I found myself talking to everyone, and everyone will talk to you like you're their friends.
Yeah.
You're in a line waiting for an event, and you start talking, and then you see them again. Oh, you remember their names, and then you talk again in the line, and it's like it's so friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody's the same. Everybody's a friend.
Well, there's an inherent icebreaker to it,
right?
Because
you're all Trek fans.
You're all Trek fans.
Yeah, what's your favorite series?
You already know that you have something in common. There's nothing to worry about in that aspect. You can always fall. If it's the worst that could happen is you fall back and you talk Trek, right?
And I think I read no kids under 12.
Correct. There were kids 13 and up,
Amazing.
and there was and you know what was the best part is that those kids were into Trek too. They weren't just there with the parents.
No, that's good.
They were entertaining, like they were enjoying the entertainment. It was amazing.
See, that's the problem you might have is your daughter would kill you if you went on this cruise.
Oh, we've already talked about it, and she is going to kill me because it's during school, so she can't go.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah.
She likes she's the Trek.
Oh my gosh, she loves Next Generation. She absolutely adores Lower Decks.
She talks to the professors ahead of time. You know she could go.
No, I'm not paying for it.
She could pay for it.
Here's my story. Like the Star Trek cruise come around, and Nick has been a big proponent of it from like the get go.
Yes.
Since we started doing this, and I'm like, man, I can't spend the money on that. I can't spend the money on that.
I know.
And you pushed me over the edge when you sent us that video. When you sent us that video, and Nana was like tequila, and I'm like, that video stopped, and I said, God damn it, I'm going on this cruise.
Mm-hmm. I would love to be with Nana.
She did a tequila tasting. She did a tequila tasting. She was quite wasted. It was fun.
I am in for it.
Excellent.
You pushed me over the edge. I'm getting these guys on board now.
Well, now it's like you pay for me, I'm in for sure. Like That's not a problem.
I'm pretty sure it works the same for everyone else, not just the people on the ship, but you can put a deposit.
Oh yeah.
And you can monthly.
Yes.
Yeah, you can pay
So
monthly.
it's not, that's what I did for this one. I'm not paying all that money right away. I just got back from one. So
Yeah.
paying monthly is a lot easier, but it's totally worth it.
Well,
you didn't do too well at the casino, did you?
No, I didn't actually. My husband, he tried and no luck, but it's okay.
What was the highlight of the trip for you?
My husband asked me this, and I said, there's just so many, but it's just little moments, you know. When, like I said, when I met Doug at the restaurant, and we were having that conversation, you know, talking to Nana and doing the video for you guys, how willing she was, then sitting sunbathing, and then seeing like Armin getting his steps, because you know they have a little walkway for people.
I saw you posted that.
Yeah, and then he's just walking and doing like I don't know how many he did, and I'm just like, that's like my favorite DS9 character, just walking in front. Yeah. It was that. I can't say one thing because there was just so many little ones.
Yeah,
that I adored. It was just incredible.
Now, have you been on other cruises, or is this like your first cruise?
Just one cruise, and I didn't like it that much, to be honest. It was a company cruise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah.
Did they have the typical like cruise entertainment along with the Trek? Or is it just Trek entertainment?
It was only Trek entertainment.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Entertainment.
Oh, I just thought of something. So they did a number. It was Spock's Brain episode. And Todd did Kirk. And his Kirk impersonation, guys, it was dead on. But it was hilarious how good it was. And obviously he looked at him.
Yeah.
But the whole sketch, it had me in tears. It was so funny.
Oh my
God. Weenan was really good too. Oh my God, they were all so good.
Oh.
And at that moment, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe I'm here. I'm watching this guys do this.
Right. Oh gosh.
I'm going, guys. This is the worst.
And I had a crying moment. There was another one where it was a musical, and they had an orchestra that was like, I forgot, these guys are like musicians from like super, super good musicians. And when they sang the theme songs, but when they sang the Voyager, literally tears go down my cheeks. Like I get goosebumps now. Like I wish you could see my goosebumps.
Yeah.
Did they sing the Enterprise theme?
All of them.
They give earplugs for that.
Every single one of them.
It's been a long road. Oh God. Yeah.
The DS9, like it was like they started from like the original series and they went all the way down. It was just incredible.
You know, and I'm probably with you. Like for me, the Trek that I grew up on was Voyager. Like that's the main one I connected with. So like to me, going to see the Voyager cast would be a highlight for me. Like I want to for that alone.
Definitely.
I don't know if I need to see Robert Beltran.
I know. I was gonna say that was kind of,
but he's not on there yet. Right?
He's not on there, but okay, so this is what happened. I went to our gallery that day and I talked to the owner who apparently this guy Gary, he's the one that represents most of these guys.
Oh, really?
Of the select. And he's met, you know, Gene, like that's how it all started. He met Gene and Gene purchased some art from him that was sort of like space art. And then that's how they decided to, you know, to sell all this signature art. And so he was telling me that he's the one that convinced Beltran to come.
Oh,
really?
He didn't want. Yeah, and he apparently sent him a contract 6 months ago, and he took forever to respond. And he finally did. So I said to him, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's gonna be."
Oh, he is gonna go on that one.
Yeah, because I said he's not on the list. Like they announced it near the end, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, he's gonna come because
he's not the nicest guy.
Yeah.
He's not super.
I heard some stuff. Yeah.
He's not very kind to his time on Voyager. He's not very kind to Trek fans. So it'll be interesting.
He's a version of Bill Shatner back in the day.
Yeah. He pretty much. Yeah.
That's what he used to be.
Yeah, because he kind of makes fun of what he did. He mocks it.
Let's get on a ship in a confined space with him.
Sounds like fun.
There's lots. There's lots that you can find.
Yeah.
I'm sure we booze him up. He'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sure he would be.
Show meeting.
That loosens people up though. I found like even Brent used to be a little bit more apprehensive, and now he's like so loose and chill. And there's something about the cruise that makes them relax.
Yeah,
which is
I can.
amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
Or the alcohol.
I remember when we talked to Nana, we did that interview with Nana, and she was talking about how much fun she has on the cruise.
Oh yeah.
And like she was surprised by how much fun she had on it. So
yeah,
that bodes well.
I would go karaoke with her. I'd sing a show tune with her.
All right.
Yeah, I'd love that.
So if we
Karaoke is good.
bring Alejandra in on our show meeting,
Mm-hmm.
were there any other podcasts that were broadcast, like doing anything on this cruise?
I did not see any.
Oh gosh.
So there's a market.
There's a market.
So you would probably be one of the first. I've
Yeah.
seen guys filming.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was part of it or not, but I didn't see anyone.
Okay. Good to know. We're gonna have to look into this.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Good.
We're groundbreaking.
We're
It could be groundbreaking.
Well,
Clearly.
you might have us cruise with you next year.
Please just come. It's gonna be
Be
so fun.
Yes.
And the food was good. I was apprehensive about
Oh,
the
yeah.
food.
Royal Caribbean knocks it out of the park with their food. Their
How
food
are the
is
chicken
incredible.
tenders?
Amazing.
Yeah, chicken tenders are really good, and they have great mashed potatoes as well. Great mac and cheese. I mean,
Their bacon was on point.
bacon's on. Yeah, the Windjammer is where it's
Even
at.
their birds were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you two have been on a cruise together before.
No, never.
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 It was so good.
Well,
I wouldn't even bother going to the restaurants that you actually pay.
right.
Right.
Because food is that good. And if anything, I'd rather go on the port to try some new food at whatever country we're in.
Oh, for
which
sure.
Yeah.
Aruba was amazing. I loved it. The
Yeah.
food was so good. Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds nice, but not as nice.
Okay.
It was
I get
okay.
you. I get you.
It was good.
Is there anything we missed?
No, we covered it all. I just want thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Alejandra, for like.
Oh, no problem. I wanted to
Yeah,
tell you
it's fun.
guys, I think this is important because when they do the autographs,
Mhm.
they don't bring pictures for everyone. And if you don't have a picture, they have nothing to sign.
Oh.
If you're gonna do this, bring your own pictures, even if you're gonna buy other ones,
Uh-huh.
or you can bring items. You can
Okay.
bring like action figures, books, scripts. They'll sign them for you.
Okay.
Okay, this is good information.
So
That's, that's important.
yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
like
have
get
them
ready.
sign my head.
If you're gonna dress up, if you're gonna do cosplay, make sure that you prepare ahead. They're gonna announce soon what the theme nights are gonna be, so you're gonna have an idea. Because we didn't do any of that, and I
Mhm.
really want to do that this time.
Okay.
And also, you get to decorate your cabin door. So if you want to do something with your logo, make sure you get that going.
Oh,
Snap.
Thank you. That is very important. Very
Yeah.
important.
It's very important. And then people add sound things and lights. They leave little gifts. So like I have like this many stickers that I collected from all the different deck doors, and like pins and magnets. So people leave little
Dude.
baskets. Oops, I dropped something. Little baskets at the door. So make sure that you get some sort of like the things that you use to put your sponge on the by your dishes.
Yeah.
That has little sections. So maybe get one of those. You put magnets so you can leave stuff in there. Your card with your name for your podcast.
This might be the most useful piece of information we've found.
Honestly, it is
Yeah.
because I didn't know. So I was so unprepared.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really cool. You'll be amazed at the stuff people leave for you to take. Like it's incredible.
Well, then
It's
we're going to have to do that.
yeah, we're going to have to piggyback on
Dang
that.
it, it's going to be an expensive trip. Oh,
We're
Yeah.
starting $1,500 Patreon tier to fund this.
yes, we are. Yeah, it's going to be called the Sugar Daddy here. So we're going to need that.
But yeah, be prepared to do that because I thought that was super fun.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like all the decks to see the doors.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I have to show you some pictures. It was incredible.
Absolutely. Please do.
Please do. Please do. Share them with us on Instagram
And Twitter.
and Twitter and
Yeah.
wherever. Yeah.
Wherever.
But thank you, Alejandra. We really appreciate you coming on.
It was a pleasure. And
It
I
was
hope
wonderful.
that video got you thinking because she wants you guys there. She really liked her time with you guys. She told me that genuinely.
That blows my mind.
Love it. I love it. Oh,
Best friend of the show.
Yep.
Visitor.
thank you. Oh,
It was
So,
my pleasure. guys.
so if you are inspired by Alejandra and us, and you want to hang out with us next year in various states of
disarray.
coherence, Go to StarTrekTheCruise.com and you can find your pricing. You can find the different deck packages, like the cabin packages. Find who's going to be there. All the information is there. You won't find our names yet, but
we're going to get them on there.
You have to get on there.
Handwrite us in like you do for president.
Yeah.
One more thing. If you're going to do a Will Wheaton autograph or photo, he wears a mask.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Good to know. Okay. Good to know.
Yep.
I cancel mine because I didn't understand that. I mean, I get why he's wearing the mask, but for me, it makes sense to have someone with a mask. So
yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I didn't want to do that. So
okay. Good to know. All right. Well, thank you again for coming on.
You're welcome, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Take care.
You have a great rest of the day.
Good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great touch.
Maybe don't say that.
Yeah, that's
how about that?
That was a great touch. That was the best touch I've ever had. Wasn't it?
We're sorry. We're so sorry.
I'm not that sorry.
Didn't we talk last week about taking the show more seriously?
I am taking it seriously. That's why I said it's a great touch. If I wasn't taking it seriously, I would say, well, we touched base with them, but I want to build up their confidence. So I want them to know that the way they touched me was the best touch they could have touched me on. That's serious, bro.
You know that we're
we've done that's what she said jokes already in this episode as well.
Yeah, but those are funny.
Yeah, that's good.
You know that we're signing up to be in a confined space with him.
I know.
With other people, with potential listeners to this show.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
It'd be rough.
Hey, we could potentially be like minor celebrities on this cruise. Did you think about that?
Minor celebrities. Like,
I wonder if we could figure out a way to do the podcast, like where we could have like a battery pack so we could podcast out in the open. Because there's not really plugs in cruise ships like out on the decks.
The Pel mics, we could try to do that.
Yeah, but like an actual podcast
show meeting. Is it worth looking into like contacting somebody?
Royal Caribbean and be like, hey, we're a podcast.
I don't think it's
well.
What's the worst they're going to say?
In the
no,
audio, in
we
the
don't
audio
have the space.
Nana visitor said we should do our podcast from there.
Yeah, but she wants us to go on the cruise.
Okay, fine. You know what? We'll reach out to Nana. We'll reach out to Nana. Ask her, hey, saw your video. We want to come do the podcast on the 2025 cruise.
Any suggestions how we do this?
Any suggestions how we do this?
She's just gonna be like, pay the money, idiots. Yeah. What are you trying to get in with Nana?
What do you mean get in with Nana? She's the best friends of this show.
I know, but are you trying to like work that connection to get free cruise?
No.
How amazing would that be if they're like, yeah, come on the show?
Yes, your podcast of 10 people, please.
No, it'd be 2 people kidding. Because you aren't a believer, so you get to pay for yours.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh gosh,
that's ironic. He's not a believer.
Not necessarily like to get a free, but to get like a for lack of a better term, like a press pass or something where we could
record on
an area where we could record
on
or,
the main,
or an inn where we could do the podcast from
on the promenade.
I bet you there is a place called the Promenade.
I just can't. They updated their pricing just for the record. It's more expensive than it was even the other day. Ocean View balcony. How much do you think it would cost for an Ocean View balcony?
$4,700.
$3,860.
It's a $900 discount.
I just saved us money.
Here's where it's expensive.
Saved us $1,000.
So to put this into perspective,
that's how my brain works.
The last couple cruises I've gone on, I get junior suites.
And he's complaining about cost.
Those are because they're only about $1,800 per person for a junior suite. A junior suite on this cruise, $6,760.
Wow.
There's got to be something different about it then.
Well, you're paying for all the celebrities.
You're paying for
No, I know that. I know that there's a premium to this cruise versus any just random like standard cruise.
Right.
See, I would do the promenade view interior. That wouldn't bug me that much.
This guy is This guy is a Star Trek nerd, and he said the promenade view.
I know, he's ridiculous.
Promenade.
Jesus.
So what's the promenade?
I pronounce things wrong, you know that.
What's the promenade view? How much does that cost?
$2,600. $2,700.
Okay, I could do that.
What can I get for $950?
I mean, I don't know if I could. I don't get to do the money. I could do the promenade view, but because the interior things.
Your cruise cost includes round trip cruise from Miami, Florida, All
thank God
performances,
it's round
interviews,
trip.
parties, and events presented on the cruise. This does not include any special artist-hosted events which may require sign-up. All meals, as part of the included dining experience, non-bottled beverages are included. Wow. Recreation facilities.
Pour my
TV.
beverage in that cup. It's included.
Your cruise cost does
You
not
get
include
water.
Here's what it does not include: air and ground transportation, pre and post cruise lodging, alcoholic beverages and bottled water, dining, special restaurants, specialty expenditures such as internet, photos, souvenirs, blah 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 blah.
Do you think the Muck podcast would let us stay in their basement or something?
Ooh.
Locked in someone's basement?
Yeah.
I don't want to be locked in someone's basement before a cruise that I just paid thousands
Can
of
we
dollars
just do
for.
the Royal Suite? It's only $10,000 per person.
Per person?
Only.
So if we split that 3 ways, it's only
$10,000 per person.
I know. I'm trying to do some fuzzy math
We're
here.
gonna have to figure that out though, gentlemen.
Like soon, though.
Well, yeah, because it starts
price-
on
the-
the 10th.
Yeah, but the price only goes up from here.
Yes.
I think it starts in a couple on the 12th. The 12th is when the things start. But like it says, the third and fourth passengers are only $1,000 for an interior, $1,200 for ocean, $1,500 for balcony.
So then we just pull the package together and split it 3 ways, right?
Right. So if it's let's
I love how we're doing this on air.
let's say
Hey, if you guys want to sign up for Patreon, there's a $2 and $5 tier.
If it's
we could
75
really use it right now.
we really need that money.
Soon there may or may not be a $1,500 tier.
Let's use this opportunity to go back to reviewing Star Trek, shall we?
Oh, but speaking of the non-visitor, though, there's something that was released this week is that her book is coming out October 1st.
Yes.
So I want to plug that real quick, and we will make an effort to get her on the show before then as well.
Yes. Nana's book. Yes, absolutely. All right.
Do we want to do listener feedback
Yes.
now or
Yes.
I say we do
Let's
it now.
do listener feedback before we dive into the episodes. Yes.
Before we die into the episodes.
Should I go with the feedback that I read to you before?
Yes.
The show
Yes.
started. All right, let me pull it up. Give me
Cite
a
your
sec.
source.
No, I'm not going to cite the source.
I mean, Joe's prepared, and you have to pull yours up. I'm just saying.
I'm not going to.
No, not the source of, not who it was.
We received.
Cite the source of where it was received.
Well, we received a text message.
What and they texted what phone number?
734.
734-494-0980.
Thank you, Joe.
Please feel free to text us, call us at any time, leave a voicemail. But a long time, the message reads as follows: long-time listener, first-time texter. I really feel like you had something with your last show. The idea of switching to a Reba-only podcast is the best idea I've heard you guys come up with in a long time. You really should run with that. You might get a few more listeners. Just a thought. Thank you.
Thank you, AI.
Thank you for that crappy idea, whoever it was.
Thank you, Sean.
I recognize the area code. I may recognize the phone number. I'm not going to out the person.
I'm going to guess it's Sean.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reba. Though I did read that Samira really likes Reba as well. She posted something
I don't know why you guys hate on Reba.
She posted something on Instagram.
It's more so I'm not interested in Reba.
It's it's so bad it's watchable type of thing.
Also, we received a correction through our text messages.
Yep.
Apparently, we're not always right.
Last week we were
I don't know about that.
for the data lore episode. We kept saying Lore was using prepositions. It's actually contractions.
And 100% right. I should have caught that on air.
We're ashamed.
That's true. But as 3 men, we're not familiar with contractions.
A formal apology will be issued on our Twitter account.
No, all formal apologies are issued via Patreon, and you have to sign up to
receive the
them.
apology.
And that's the $1,500 tier.
the fifth. That's our apology
We
tier.
should put that on there just for fun.
We should put the tier like the exact price of the room, like $2,100.06.
Joe, do that for fun this week.
Okay.
The Patreon. That'd be hilarious.
Should we do a GoFundMe?
like Alyssa Milano did
it's
for
called-
her travel.
If we were Alyssa Milano, I think we could afford a Star Trek cruise.
Yeah, the
Yeah, but
GoFundMe's
did
called
you-
Patreon.
Yeah.
You heard what she did, right?
Yeah, I know. Also, some technical updates that we need to make to the show. A listener on our YouTube said, "Dude in the blue hat, turn your mic up." So apparently, I'm not loud enough.
That day you weren't. I agree, because when I was doing the YouTube.
which is always, it is confirmed that you guys cut my mic every week.
Yes. Can you cut his mic, please?
It is confirmed.
It is.
It is confirmed on the internet now.
You're up pretty loud today. I could see your bar is going very high.
That day you did struggle, though. I remember because when I was doing the YouTube video, I was like, what?
I never struggle. It's who runs the board?
Oh.
Who is this?
How many times I told you to take over the board?
How
many
often
times
do I say we need to do a quick mic check and you fools are acting like idiots over here, like in your own little world? And I'm like, we need to record.
We're not acting like idiots. I'm sitting on Joe's lap,
Sorry, I was banging the table.
and he's sitting on my lap.
didn't know.
It was reach arounds.
Your wife is going to be very concerned by
I
the
know.
loud banging. Coming
She's
out
rolling
of
her
this
eyes right now because she knows it's you.
Yes.
That's probably true.
Who else would it be?
That's an old podcast, so that's why.
No,
Or
but,
is that-
but
No,
somebody,
the
has,
comments are recent.
Okay.
somebody has now found our Ronald D. Moore interview, and we got a couple comments on it. Well done, guys. Great to find a long interview with Moore that covers a variety of topics. Another one says, great interview, gentlemen. I've listened to every single audio commentary / podcast Ronald D. Moore has done on the Battlestar Galactica DVDs and Star Trek sets, and you found new insights to extract from him. Very grateful.
You know what would be interesting? Is
No.
if you gentlemen went back and listened to that interview again because of the Battlestar Galactica stuff, and then for you for the Deep Space Nine and Battlestar.
You know, it'd be
Galactica.
interesting to have
That would be an interesting
having
thing.
him on the show again to talk about it now that we've actually watched
That
it.
would be more interesting.
Oh gosh, that would be more.
I just
interesting.
one-upped you. So,
And then there was Brody from the Talk Punch
Yeah.
podcast, friend of the show, left a comment on episode 159, which was a couple weeks ago. Says, Joe sits at the head of the table. Joe is the Roman Reigns of the KWTC confirmed.
no idea what that means, by the way.
I think that's a WWE reference.
Yeah.
It
I don't
is.
know what sitting at the head of the table has to do with
I
it.
do know Brody is a huge wrestling fan.
But I do like that.
Yeah. Speaking of other podcasts, though, Nick, aren't you going on one to talk Battlestar here in the relatively near
on
future?
Wednesday, right?
I don't remember what day, but yes.
Yes, I'm going on a podcast.
Jesus, we're sending Nick as our representative.
Oh, it's Battlestar. I can't do it that day. That's why I sent
It's
that out.
Wednesday with what
Jacked
podcast?
up, jacked up podcast.
You just you book me for things and I just show up. That's what I do.
Jesus Christ.
Which one?
Jacked up.
Oh, Jacked Up. I like Jacked Up
Yeah.
podcast. Okay.
Jacked up review podcast.
Jacked Up review. So I get to go on there and talk about Battlestar Galactica.
And I'll actually be on Talk Punch sometime this month, as soon as we can figure out the logistics.
And Joe will be doing nothing.
Well, I sent it out. Whoever wants to do these, so he could go join either one.
I know. I'm just joking. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's staring at his phone.
No,
Staring
it's
at a picture
another-
of his house.
It's another comment from what's from Twitter or X, whatever you want to say. You can find us at at Cardassians Pod. I posted a picture of Rob and I. Did you get a banner?
No.
When we visited the Federation headquarters store in Sandusky, Ohio, a couple weeks ago. Rob and I both got Picard Riker 2024 political yard signs, and I put mine up in the yard the other day, and I took a picture and I posted it, and I said, "I'm ready for election season." And someone said, "I used to have a Picard Riker 1996 banner on my car and never took a photo of it." And he kicks himself every time he sees something like this. To which made me think, there's a reason. Like in '96, if you had that, we didn't take pictures of random shit in 1996
No,
because
no.
you actually had film.
You had to be strategic with it.
Well, yeah, it was a finite number of pictures you could take, even
And
when
you had to pay for it.
disposable.
Yeah.
You had to pay to have that. So it just made me realize like we're in a different era of picture taking. We just take and scrolling through my pictures is you have like I take pictures at like basketball games and all the stuff that you do in life, but I have like 8 or 10 pictures of the same pose. And you pick the best one, right?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. But back in the day, all right, Rob, Nick, stand together. I'm going to take a picture of you.
And
You
Russian,
snap that picture.
It was Russian roulette.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If one of you looks like you just got,
Say it.
nicked by the little Bell's palsy,
Oh, you're terrible.
that's the picture.
You're terrible. Nick is giving the I hate this podcast look.
Going on to reviews.
All right, go.
Listen, listeners, give us your feedback. Comment on our YouTube. Comment on Instagram, on Twitter,
Apple Pods,
Apple
Spotify.
Podcasts. Leave us a review.
Hit that like.
Someone left a review, said best Star Trek podcast out there, or
Yeah,
something
just
like that.
after our plead last week,
Yes.
someone said that.
Thank you.
I know. It was
So-
my mom.
Speaking of best Star Trek ever, she's dead.
No, not. Are we reviewing the 2 episodes I watched? Because
When the Bow Breaks. All right, let's get into it, gentlemen.
I wish I was standing on the bow when it broke.
We're already pretty long into this episode, especially because we had the review or the interview in there. So When the Bow Breaks.
The cradle will fall.
When the Bow Breaks, Enterprise finds a legendary planet that like phases in and out of being visible. And
They did this again in DS9.
they phased into existence because they need babies. They need little children to have babies on their planet. They're unable to have children. And the Enterprise is like, no, you can't have our kids. And they're like, we stole them. So they steal their kids.
Cool.
End of episode.
Excellent.
I give it
They
a 10.
warp away.
I give it a 10.
So they try to figure out how to get the kids back and what's going on with the planet. Turns out the planet with the massive shield, it has this massive shield that blocks everyone off so
Cloaking
they can't
device.
see it. Causes
Massive
radiation
shield.
damaging, which has
Gets everybody
destroyed the reproductive systems on everyone on the planet, and it would do that to the kids. So they explain that to the planet. The planet's like, "Oh, our bad. We'll turn
This
off
doesn't
the
need to be
shield,"
this long.
and they get the kids back.
Have you guys ever watched the YouTube like channel How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah.
So how it should have ended this episode.
5 minutes in after they take the kids.
After they take the kids, Enterprise warps away.
Yep.
Just like this.
Done.
Here's my question. Okay, so this episode is about them, needing kids to repopulate their planet.
Yeah. And they picked 7.
They pick 7. There's thousands of people on that ship. They pick 7, of which only 1 is probably able to help procreate children.
Yeah. Why didn't they grab like
And Wesley, right? He's
Crusher,
the only one
Riker.
who's yeah.
Troy?
Well, right. This is actually a good point. Why didn't they pick people who could actually
Pop one out in 9 months.
Are they wanting to, like?
How it should have ended. They
Have the
grab all them and they show it.
Well, they're wanting the children to come there so they can make them their people.
Yes.
So when they have kids, that they're raised like that. But like, why would you pick an 8-year-old? That's like the long game.
Well,
Pedophilia.
This is what they. Yeah. This is Jeffrey Epstein's planet.
Listen,
Oh,
this
gosh.
episode gave
Too
heavy
soon.
pedophile vibes.
It did. It did. It did. It was on. It was on.
It did. With the one dude who had Harry.
Yeah.
He's showing him tennis style how to.
I mean, the
how
way
to
that he was
carve wood.
I touch Rob like that.
That's true.
But keep in mind, this is Roddenberry Star Trek. Everything's meant to be incredibly innocent. Like,
Yes.
there's
I
no
understand that, but-
intent.
But wait, Google if he knew Epstein.
Are you putting Gene Roddenberry on Epstein Island?
Hey, just gotta check it.
Oh God, that's as bad as that's all. That's probably worse than Nick giving Gene posthumous diabetes. This episode stunk.
It was terrible. So
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so-
I know we're not reviewing the next episode, but you realize we watched 2 of the exact same episodes just at different points, right?
yes,
The exact same plot at different points in the plot.
That's actually very true. That's actually very, very true. Yeah, it's
The people who are on the planet are doing something to the planet
that's hurting the
that's
planet.
hurting the planet,
and then they have to
it's-
stop doing it.
And you know the solution? Yeah, don't do that thing.
Stop doing
and it was so obviously preachy too.
both of them.
This one in particular. But I like the quote when they steal the children, and Troy's like, "These they're unusually attached to their offspring." It's like unusually attached to your offspring. So Troy wouldn't care if she had a kid.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like their kids are
Troy-
kidnapped, and
Troy
she's
said
like,
that?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
She's
'cause
like-
she's saying she doesn't have any kids. She doesn't know.
She doesn't know any better.
That's the old adage. You don't know true love until you
but
become a parent,
to
right?
be boldly like people before I had kids, I understood that people like their kids. I didn't like kids. I still don't like kids in general. It's more parents I don't like it. As I get older, I realize. But anyway, but to say that,
But it's spoken from a place of being naive.
is anybody really that naive to say, "Oh, they're unusually like"?
Well, yeah, because
Especially because their kids were just kidnapped and like disappeared, like right in front of them.
It's just unusually.
Oh, they're unusually attached to their children.
like
no,
unusually.
no.
That's just weird. I know some species, like probably the Klingons, don't care much about their kids. Or like,
I can
Well,
see-
yeah,
I can see
Worf.
Da- I can see Data's.
Come on, Worf is like parent of the year.
No.
he's like,
Is
he's
Worf-
the one that's like, I wish they would have stole my kid.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even know he has a kid
How
yet. and
many,
he
how
already
many
wants
years
to
are
go.
we before Worf? This is what? 10
before he
years?
has a kid?
Yeah.
No, he has a kid
No.
like in
No, but I'm saying
season 4.
no,
or
before
5.
we
It's
find
3.
Alexander shows up. Yeah,
in season 3.
Yeah,
How old
he's-
is he then?
he's like 10.
And actually, might be even next year, season 2.
I'll discover that.
Just look up Kalar when she comes in.
Yeah, this episode should have been 8 minutes long.
It was. I like when Beverly's handing him the scanner, and he's like, "Oh."
Subtle.
I'm like, dude, the person's right there. How did they not catch on?
Mm-hmm. You're special, Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
Even the alien, even the
That's the problem with kids these days. They're always being told they're special.
Yeah. Be like, you know why we took you guys? Because you ain't shit. We're gonna turn you into something.
I know. Let's do that.
You guys ain't shit.
I don't have much to say about this episode about little things like when Picard got hugged by the kid at the end.
I wanted to talk about that scene.
Why are they laughing at him about that?
Because
he's a fucking robot.
Because
He's
he
a
hates
hero.
kids. No, I would act the same way he did. I said, get this thing with 100%. I would get this thing off me.
Come on, that kid's like 5 years old.
This kid was just kidnapped and abducted, and this kid wants to say thank you, and you're like,
I was literally handed my niece as she was a baby. I'm like, no.
Okay,
off of me.
but you didn't just save your niece from abduction.
I understand Picard. I'm with Picard on this.
No.
100%.
I was
You're
like,
a captain of a starship. You need to do better.
He didn't even crack
that kid. Get it
a
off my bridge.
smile or offer a hug. It was like that kid was radioactive.
Yeah, exactly. That's a dirtbag.
Nope.
No, fake it. You're a captain.
Nope.
You're a captain. Well, then you're never going to be a captain. You're not captain material.
You're
going to be Worf.
Son of Moog. Okay. I get rid of my kid? Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Worf does become a captain, actually. But he destroys the Enterprise.
No, they never established actually what happened.
To the Enterprise. That's true. They don't. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Picard season 3 with Joe.
I'm looking forward to Picard season. Whatever Picard season this is, I'm looking forward to the one that this isn't. This stinks. Picard sucks. Honestly, Picard sucks this season.
They all suck this season, except for maybe Riker and Data.
Honestly, Picard sucks. He sucks as a captain.
He does right now. He does. He gets better.
I'm just saying, I understand his reaction on the bridge.
Get
that kid off.
Is there any way that Riker can look at somebody without the F me eyes?
The eye banging?
Constantly. On the next episode where they set him in to talk to the girl.
You're going to go talk to her.
Anybody that has breasts and a pulse, he's like,
Let's
How
do
you
this.
doing?
Let's do this. Yes, he does. Let's go. Okay, this episode.
You're gonna have to keep us focused because this was garbage.
I know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't great. But there's some good nuggets in here. Like, so for instance, their society is so advanced that they can hide, and they're willing to exchange technology for children, but they can't figure out how to have children.
They couldn't figure out their disease. Well, maybe,
and it's because it's like idiocracy, right? They've advanced so far they don't even know how to use their own technology anymore.
I think they actually said that in the episode.
They become
too.
so dependent upon their technology that they're not intelligent. Yeah. Their forefathers were intelligent, and they just rely off of all the knowledge from them.
You know the best part of this episode?
What?
Besides the kids leaving the Enterprise and all the parents on the Enterprise should have said Warp 9. That the lady was played by a Seinfeld alum.
Yeah.
Sue Ellen Mishke.
Yep.
She was also on Desperate Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
She was
the voice on Desperate Housewives, right?
Well, she was the woman who she killed herself in the beginning.
Yeah, the very pilot.
Yeah.
And it was all based around her.
And she's the voice over the entire.
Yeah. But was it a suicide in the beginning?
I don't remember.
Or was it a murder? I don't think she was
murdered.
Suicide. It was suicide.
It was suicide because that's like what threw everything in the chaos because they all pretended like their lives were perfect.
She was suicidal, so don't stand near.
Did you guys like
Her
that
every
show?
Move is a copy.
I don't remember it. I didn't really watch it.
I think I watched the first season with my wife and nothing after that because I think she stopped watching it. So I didn't like it enough to try to continue with it.
I think I watched most of it. I think I thought it was. At some points, it was intriguing enough to watch. At other points, I was like, "This show is."
It had fun moments, if I remember correctly.
Who was the Eva Longoria?
She was the Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher.
None of this is about this episode, just for the record.
Yeah,
I want to keep you on track.
Yes, it is. It ties into the lady, Sue Ellen Mishke.
No, kind of does.
The braless wonder. She walked around without a bra. And then Elaine gave her a bra as a joke gift.
Yes.
And she wore only a bra down the street, and Jerry and Kramer got into a car accident because they were distracted.
Yeah. So, into this episode, this feels like an episode where they're like, we don't have a lot for Wesley to do. We still don't know how to write his character. What are we?
But we need to make him a genius. So let's have someone kidnap him and tell him you're special, Wesley.
You're special. And then
just to tell the audience again that he's special.
You're special, and you know what? You're the leader of this special group of kids.
Well, so I want to talk about the scene where his mom beams down and she hands him the scanner, the tricorder, and he just like walks around the lady going like this, and she's not suspicious at all. He's just waving this.
She could have thought he was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that was kind of a.
I was. You may not have been paying attention, per usual, but I was more annoyed when she handed it to him. And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, he reacted to it. Yeah. A very obvious reaction.
Yeah, he's not slick at all.
No, he's not. And then, of course, he's the one who figures out how to use the supercomputer and knows how to use it perfectly. And then he's the one who helps the kids go on a hunger strike. We can't eat. This is the way we show we're angry.
Hungry.
Oh, gosh, Wesley. Poor Wesley. I still feel so bad for Will Wheaton.
Yes.
Knowing how they
100%.
wrote this character. And like he is this fairly accomplished actor already by this point, and he gets this role and they're like, yeah, we need you to play a whiny child. That's all you got to do.
We need you to play the golden boy.
Yeah. You're never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't learn any lessons. People learn lessons from you.
Oh, back to the Picard
This is
scene.
like Star Trek Discovery. That's the problem with Discovery right there. Burnham's the golden girl. She never learns any lessons.
Did you just say Burnham is just like Wesley?
Burnham is the golden girl. That's what I said. Thank you for being a friend.
Do.
Travel around the world. Okay.
I want to go back to that the Picard scene at the end when Wesley is the one who brings this girl on. She has like a little flower, and he immediately goes, Wesley.
He yells at Wesley.
Basically, it's like he was about to say, Wesley, get this fucking kid off my bridge, you little bastard.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty ballsy of Wesley because he knew his reaction to Wesley in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, but
Wesley
Wesley
Crusher.
can't do wrong.
Yeah.
Like Wesley, he's been told he's special.
So he brings this girl on the bridge. He deserved any yelling he got at him.
He didn't, though.
I know.
She just wanted to give him a flower, and then the crew laughs at the captain. This poor girl was traumatized and she wanted to hug you. What is wrong with these people?
They were just.
I understand.
I think they were laughing because basically
I defend this.
Picard's on the spectrum and can't be touched by a child. You can't even be approached.
I'm telling you,
by a child.
I defend this.
Oh,
I will defend this to the day I die.
The
The Picard reaction, I think, is natural, and I think his crew seeing him react like this would be funny to them as well. I think that is the only scene in this whole entire 2 episodes that I was like, all right, cool.
Picard had a look on his face that said, if this kid wasn't holding flowers, I would punt it
I've
through
had
the view
that look
screen.
on my face with kids around me.
I will say,
My wife, if I brought her in right now, she would back me up and
all right, can I actually talk about something related to this episode and not your stupid
do we have to?
We're
trauma
talking
that
about
you
this
have?
episode. We're talking about Picard being
A scene I really appreciate about Picard in this that they do really well is for as much as he hates children, as much as he's
We're not going to abandon them.
Uncomfortable with them, he is a really good diplomat on trying to get them back.
We are not going to abandon your children.
Yeah, like he's very good at that. And then like he's like, oh, we love kids. Kids are our future. They're amazing. And then all of a sudden he's like,
yeah, but don't get near him.
He's a good leader. Exactly.
He likes children an idea, but just keep them away from them.
Yeah.
Well, he likes children because what they create, which is people he can boss around the bridge.
Yeah.
Like Wesley. He likes that.
And Riker likes children because he's like,
Riker,
I know how to make those.
Yeah. No, Riker likes the process.
yes.
He does. Is there anything in this episode that's like a big question or a big...
Why do people have kids?
Yes.
Is there...
What extent would you go to steal children?
Okay. I'm going to make an argument here. Gosh, you two are the worst. You're like, we got to take this podcast seriously, and here you are being pricks, both of you.
Okay, well, listen, we're working with the material we're given.
I got something for you.
Sure.
Shoot.
I do got something for you. And think about the real world right now. The more advanced the society becomes, the less children they have, right? Which is really true.
Are we having more children?
Do you want to know why? Because the more advanced you become, you have higher intelligence. Clearly, it's just idiots having kids.
And you get sex robots.
That's true. People are too busy watching Dune 2.
I know. You can get popcorn buckets at movie theaters now. Why have kids? Just go to town on that thing. If you're watching that video right now, Nick is So happy.
So
westernized society, right?
Yep.
We have less children. You used to have a ton of children because you needed children to help support the farm,
there's
whatever.
also nothing else to do.
And you have less and less children. There could be an argument to be made. The less children people have, the less children are around, the less sensitive and the less caring a society becomes. Like this advanced society, they don't. What's the big deal with kidnapping children? Because they don't have kids, they don't understand the big deal of it at all, right? Whereas if maybe they weren't as advanced and they dealt with children, they'd be more understanding.
I don't think they care about any of it because they just cared about survival at that point.
Yeah. They're looking.
I don't think technology or anything like all they cared about was survival.
Were a means to an end, and the end is.
I see. I still argue they would have more sensitivity if they had children in the first place.
I argue that the goal would have been to take the fertile women.
Yeah. Or I would just fertile like 20 somethings.
Yeah, take some people, maybe 50 people. How many people are in the Enterprise? 5,000?
Yeah.
That's 1,200, isn't it?
No.
That's not 5,000. That's DS9.
No.
It's 1,261 or something like that.
I'll put him down for 1,261 and put me down for anything between 1,262 and 5,000. If it's 1261, I quit this podcast.
Carrying a crew of 907 and their families. By March, the crew complement was 1,012. So the crew is 1,012, but that doesn't include families who live on the ship, which had the space for approximately 6,000 people.
It's a space for 6,000 people, but not crewed by that many.
So I'm talking about everybody on there. You don't got to take crew.
There's 1,261.
There's not 1,261.
We're not talking about the crew, because civilians are on the ship as well.
Take the hottest, most well-endowed upstairs and downstairs civilians you can find on that ship.
So Riker would be on there because he's just
civilians.
Okay.
You take
the good, you take the bad.
You take 500
of the rest,
them,
and there you have
facts of life.
The facts of life.
Home soil.
Thank God.
Gosh, you guys are the worst. Home soil.
So it's the previous episode, but at the beginning.
But about dirt. So they arrive at a planet they're terraforming, and the guy leading the terraforming doesn't want them on the planet, but they insist on going to the planet anyways. As they're checking out the process, one of the people from the terraforming crew gets killed by a laser. They're like, why did this happen? And then they find this glowing piece of rock that's inorganic. And they're like, well, it can't be alive because we wouldn't be terraforming here if there was anything alive. Turns out that thing was alive. The terraforming commander knew about it the whole time, but was pushing forward with the terraforming. The Enterprise crew says, nope, you done here. You're done working. This is a creature and it needs to be left alone. And the creature says, come back in 300 years. Then we'll talk. Right now, you guys suck. And they're like, okay, cool.
Peace. This one was better than the last one. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it actually had some questions about life. And
there's some
and there was some detective going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And Riker was sent to bang a chick. Didn't do it. Thought you would appreciate that.
I actually thought there was some good material in here.
Yeah.
Does it make for a good episode?
No.
Not necessarily,
No.
but I think it can make for good discussion. Okay. So there's a couple things here. So first of all, terraforming seems relatively new to the Federation, right? Is that our understanding here?
That's what I gathered.
Yes.
Because they're so fascinated by this process in the first place.
They just said they only know theories and stuff like that.
They've never actually seen it happen, which is kind of fascinating when you think about
the Genesis device.
The Genesis.
I'm going to guess that was swiped under the rug.
Yeah.
That whole thing was just like.
Yeah, well, that was top secret, right?
Yeah.
But then, they even have Mars.
Genesis
device. Terraform Mars.
I think there's a full terraform, not just
areas.
I think it's like they're gonna gut it from like what the Genesis device would do.
Yeah.
But over time,
the Genesis device, the Area 51 of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. So, I think the good question here is the Federation has determined what is life and what is not life. Life has to be organic in their mind, even though they've experienced supercomputers.
Well, data's inorganic, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But that'll come up in the measure of a man.
Not inorgasmic, as we know. He's
quite orgasmic.
He's programmed in multiple techniques.
Mm-hmm.
What? Never mind.
No, now we need to know.
So for him to get to completion,
Well,
is it like motor oil?
Well, there's got to be some kind of. He had to be
That's
programmed
Odo.
to be done,
There's some
or the
lubricant.
battery runs out. I
There's
don't know.
some lubricant there.
There's got to be something.
WD-40.
Is it in the Star Trek technical menu?
I don't know. Anyways, going back to
Just
this episode.
sprays-
You make him sound like the Tin Man.
I mean,
That could be a Patreon. Let's talk about data sex.
no, let's not do that. All right. So
That's a data romance novel.
the Federation has their rules, like it has to be a certain kind of life or whatever. Here's my thing about this. It turns out that they didn't factor in possible inorganic life as
Yes.
a form of life, and this crystal turns out to be a form of life or whatever it is. Couldn't you argue with the way the Prime Directive works and all that, you really should not touch any planet or alter any planet at all? Really, like that would kind of be my argument, because no matter what, you're interfering with life or the ability for life to form, because their argument was like, well, it's impossible for life to ever form on this planet. Life as they know it, but it doesn't mean life.
Interfere in what way? At all? Ever?
Well, that's the good
But what if
question.
if there's like
'cause
atrocities happening, and
I'm just
are you technically interfering with their way of life? You just got to let it go, let it play out.
Let it go.
well, that is the thought. Like if
Yeah,
they don't have
it is.
if they don't have that sort of technique, you just let the warring civilizations.
So they're
fight themselves
basically
out.
the UN.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like just exactly with the United States with their veto power and can veto everything.
But I mean, for real, like the UN is this
Kind of just sits back and
but it just sits back and it's
and it
does
says that's bad. You should stop doing that.
But they don't do. The UN doesn't take action.
Well, in
There's no.
a perfect world with the Prime Directive, they wouldn't even give that planet, let them know that they were around. So they would just ignore it essentially.
Yeah.
Does the Federation issue sanctions at all?
I think so. I think they would have to, right?
Because that's what I mean. I'm trying to think of the United Federation of Planets as like the UN, and there are UN sanctions.
Well, they do embargoes and stuff like that against the Cardassians and stuff.
Yeah.
In later seasons.
Yeah.
Or in DS9.
Is it essentially just like a more advanced UN?
Yeah.
I would
That's
say.
That's
I would
what
say.
I assumed the Federation is.
Yeah, but so then they really do. But why are they getting so involved? Then
And
if
then-
that's the
What gives them the right? And I think that's an argument
no.
Quark makes. In
I know, but I'm
DS9.
asking why are they? What does give them the right? So because they seem to get involved quite often.
Well, because they feel like they're superior. Like that's an argument to be made for like the Federation. Like just because you find yourself advanced and enlightened doesn't mean you actually are compared to other civilizations. That's like the United States walking into another nation and being like, "We're so much better than you," and they're like, "Dude, we're just fine and happy the way we are. Who do you think you are to tell us you're better than us?" I think that's the same idea with the Federation, right? Like,
Yeah, but
we've seen
sometimes
that
you
time
do walk into a
again.
room and you're dealing with a country that really
Are
strips
just
and
bricks.
removes human rights,
like North Korea, and
Mhm.
the UN does nothing about them.
So,
The Federation does nothing about some of the Orions.
But you just suggested that they just don't get involved.
That's
even if
their
they-
rules.
I know.
Well, I don't think they support Orions by not dealing with them. If Orions have their own, they have their own
Nation,
they have their own planet
yeah,
group.
the syndicate.
That's their territory. So they're not going to get it. They might sanction them. They might do that, but that's their
They
territory.
might say we refuse to trade with them.
that's not within their borders. So what can they do?
But what gives the Federation the right to see a planet that looks lifeless and be like, "Yep, this is our planet now."
Well, just think about it.
We're
So-
going to terraform. That's kind of where I'm ultimately
Well, I get
getting
it.
at.
So the Federation has all this space, right? And within that space, there's going to be warpless planets just kind of within their
just
space.
sitting in the
Yeah.
space.
So
yeah.
you know they just kind of steer
they
clear.
ignore-
And like an insurrection where they're watching that planet in the Briar Patch.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to. They're just trying to learn about the culture.
Spoiler.
It's not a spoiler.
It's a terrible movie.
It's
Don't
not,
worry about
it's
it.
not great. It's not great.
Worse than what you guys are making me watch currently?
No,
Okay,
it is not.
then.
There are moments that are worse than what you're watching currently, but as a whole, no.
So this knowledge, this life form that they find, only became a life form because of what they were doing to it.
Yeah, when they exposed it to the
Water.
light, I think the
To
water,
light,
to
yeah,
light.
yeah,
Light.
to light. When they exposed it to light, it became alive, but it wouldn't naturally be exposed to light, so it would never actually become life on its own. It needed something else to intervene on its behalf. So does that count?
Yeah, because it's a life form, right? Now at that point, it's got to be some kind of prehistoric amoeba or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Before that, so yeah, it's life, and because they didn't recognize it as organic, that's why they just kind of wrote it off.
Are you talking about abortion rights?
No, I wasn't. But that's interesting.
Something that can't survive on its own needs something else to make
so
it viable.
Does that make it life? Right?
Does that make it life?
Ooh, gosh. Ooh. I mean, it could be argued, right? I mean,
isn't that the argument? The argument is life begins at conception.
Life begins, yeah. And then the other argument is that life can't exist unless I'm giving it the proper elements to do it. So therefore, I should have the say over whether that life exists or not. So, like, the argument here for the terraformers would be this wouldn't. So because this can't exist on its own, it's not really life. I make it life
By giving it light.
By giving it light. We'll just stop giving it light.
They did.
Yeah, and please don't kill me.
Bags of water.
Bags of water, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Bags of water.
Ugly bags of water.
What I refer to you two as.
Yeah.
I do this podcast with a couple of
Bags of
pliable water bags.
Meat bags. And
I thought we were only 70% water. Have we gained 20% water? Have we put on 20% water weight?
In the 24th century?
Percentage.
Yeah, he did say 90, didn't he?
Person.
Yeah, I think we're 72% water.
60% of our bodies are water. And
that's horse shit. It's like 70%.
I thought it was 72 as well.
No, 60%, my friend. This is
No,
from the USGS.gov, unless you're saying science ain't real.
USGS. What's the GS?
Adult
films?
Adult females are 55% water. Children are 65%. Infants are 75% water. So the older you get,
they float. That's why they float.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Okay, so
we've gained 35% water or 30% water in 3 more centuries.
I mean, I'm assuming the smarter we become, the more water we are. I don't know. They're using old science too.
Yeah,
this is 1987 science. 88. Sure, yeah. Fine.
February 22nd, 1988 is when this episode aired.
Look at you.
So, the more the crystals are together, the more intelligent they are as well.
Man,
right? The more they procreate.
They were procreating like banshees.
So by the time they went from not being a sentient life form to being smarter than the Federation. By the time
being self-righteous too,
super self-righteous, declaring war on them and vice versa.
We declare war.
Though I kind of get it.
Yeah,
they still didn't explain how the thing was able to take over the laser. There's really no.
Well, the same way it took over things in the bridge.
Because it was like a computer. It went into
and there was more of them down there on the surface than there was on the Enterprise.
Yeah. Hey, there was another episode early in the season where something went into the computer and took everybody over.
Oh, I wonder. Gosh, every Star Trek episode is like the same. It's just a repeat of anything.
Well, I was thinking these are really like original series looking and feeling episodes.
So it's funny you mentioned that. So I was watching the Nacelle channel from our friend Brian Volkoweiss, who's been on the show. Mm-hmm. And just as I was setting the podcast room back up, because we did that travel last week. And I want the Maurice Hurley, who was the showrunner at the time, the David Gerard, Gene Roddenberry. This show was ran like crap that first season. I'd love to learn more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, like the costume designer for this season was a costume designer in the 60s.
Yeah. I mean,
and you can tell.
Yeah. They look old.
Yeah.
They feel old. Like the stories feel old.
Yeah. Like you watched DS9 recently.
They don't feel relevant.
No.
Yeah. Though the argument about possible abortion and life and conception is actually a solid one.
See, I'm not just some trophy host.
Yeah, you are.
No, you bring something to this episode.
He does. To this episode, that's true.
I was a big fan.
You brought a lot to the last episode.
What did I bring?
I don't know. I didn't talk at all, so it worked out well.
Oh, you were driving. Someone asked how you can drive without sunglasses on. Also, in listener feedback, with the sun right in your eyes.
He only wears those at night, though.
I said you were blind.
It's just fields in Ohio, so we're good.
It's fields and nuclear
power plants.
It's true. Before we move on to ratings, I just want to give it up for Elizabeth Lindsay, who played Louisa Kim. Gorgeous. She was beautiful, in my opinion.
I thought you said she was dead.
She's beautiful.
That's why. We didn't
talk about Riker.
So they send like Troy's Troy's like, I can't get anything out of her, but you can.
But you can, Riker.
No, Riker's like, I can get something in her.
Right away when he saw her on the planet, he was immediately like,
Yeah,
he had the face. He had the Riker face.
yeah, he did.
I've noticed as soon as somebody even remotely attractive
appears,
he's like, I'll take it from here, everybody. I got it. Don't worry about
this.
this.
He's the most unprofessional
Hey,
bridge.
guys, I'll work on the relations here. Don't worry, I got this.
I got this.
Riker is laying pipe all over the galaxy.
I'm gonna save this planet one lady at a time.
It's probably the Riker clause in the like. Okay, don't get involved. Just go.
Just send Riker.
Do recon missions. Just find out what you can about the planet. Don't bang any of the locals, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
You said don't get involved, but you didn't say don't get in.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like the Riker and Kirk clause. They had to establish that after those two.
That's the Riker. Riker's method is the pull-out method. You get involved just long enough until something is about to happen, and then you pull out and you retreat.
It's true. It's true. It's actually what he did on that planet with the women, too. He's like, okay, I'm out. I'm out of this planet.
I know. You're killing people? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Going.
I'm out.
Hold on. Gotta wait a few more minutes.
Let's go to rating these episodes, shall we?
Give them both a 1. I love you guys.
When the Bow Breaks.
That is a 1.
A 1 for you. Okay.
1.5. They kidnap kids. That's fun.
Oh, that's true.
That is fun.
But they stayed around to get the kids back.
I know. There's potential. The potential was there.
I give it a 2.5. Oh. Home Soil.
I give this one a 4.5.
4.5.
2.5.
2.5. I think I'm right around you, Joe. I'm 4.5 on this.
I thought
one.
there was enough discussion.
There's truth. Okay, 3. Change me to a 3.
Okay, you got it, sir. You got it, sir.
Because there is truth there. Because I did like the mystery of it all.
Yeah.
That is true. But other than that, I didn't like it.
There's death. They killed a guy. There's a hot chick doing science.
That's true.
I mean,
you know how to sell me.
It is true. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Do you know who's hosting Saturday Night Live tonight?
Sydney Sweeney.
I knew he knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you guys watch last week?
I did not.
Bits and pieces.
I watched pieces of it. I don't think he's that funny.
Okay. Don't do it from Saturday Night Live. Go to his
stand-up.
Watch his Netflix special. The Netflix special is I haven't laughed that hard at
I'll check it out.
At someone's Netflix special in
I still have rib issues. I don't want to laugh that hard.
A long time.
Okay.
He did a joke on SNL that he did on his special, but he did it 1,000 times better on the special. And also the audience.
I know he was
there.
Getting canceled for his monologue though.
He was not. There can't.
He was getting
He already got kicked off the show.
Yeah, he got fired.
He got fired, but like they were.
But these are
giving him a hard
idiots
time.
that don't know Shane Gillis and don't know what he does or says or any like. They
What
don't
he's saying
put it in
during the
context.
monologue. I gotta watch the monologue.
You got to watch the monologue. There was some.
It's good. We will watch it here right after this.
Yeah, right after this
No, we won't
broadcast.
because no, we won't.
Well, yeah, we will.
No, we won't.
Okay. All right, whatever.
We got something else to do at noon.
Fine.
Your mom.
She's not interested in you, Rob. I've told you that before.
Dang it. Damn. How about your mom?
How about your sister?
Yeah, because let's talk about her.
Anyways,
They got any Star Trek stuff in Vegas?
They do.
they did.
The biggest convention that goes there, Star Trek
They
Las
used
Vegas.
to have the experience there too.
But they have the Star Trek Las Vegas.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for dealing with us.
We love you guys.
We do.
But do follow us on Cardassians Pod on Twitter. Follow us at keeping_up_Cardassians on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. Rob posted the episode every week. He puts in videos and pictures and stuff like that. He spends time editing. So check that out as well. We'd love to have you.
You should start putting in little pictures of Waldo, like one picture of Waldo, like a flash of Waldo.
Did you know that when Antonio the receiver,
Brown?
Yeah, Antonio Brown, the little with shirtless. I used to splice it in, just little clips all over.
So anyways, check it out. This has been Nick.
This has been Rob.
This will always be Joe.
There you go.
Thanks for keeping up with us. Bye, all.
Peace, y'all.